Well, week 7, ladies and gentlemen, it's Fantasy Outsiders. It's your boy Forchunit and my man's Lasell. What's up?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on? We back with another week. This podcast is brought to you by 52s and Smoke. Check us out on Fantasy Outsiders at on Spotify, on Stitcher Radio, coming to iTunes soon. You also see us Google Play Radio. Everywhere you get your podcast, come check us out if you want to get some tips and some good fantasy talk. Now, let's introduce our co-host. He visited us last week. He's here to stay. Didn't want to go home. I guess he got some tips that helped him be successful, or maybe not. We talking about T Money. What's up, T Money?
Hey, your boy back here again. What's up, nigga?
You're still a loser. No. Nah.
It's a lot of excitement.
Bro. It's good to have you, though, man. It's good to have you. We going to get you right. We'll try to get you right. I don't know, man. It's a lot going on in fantasy. We're going to get to it this week. But we also got a special guest with us, man. We got a real special guest with us. He has an award-winning podcast. I'm lying. He does a podcast with myself called Test Your Might. He is the host of Everyday Black Man, one of my good friends, Riker. Say what's up to everybody.
Yo, this is Riker. What's up, people?
Yes, coming to bring, I guess, the black perspective on the NFL. I don't know.
The black perspective to a black podcast.
Whatever you gonna do. Hey, good to have you. We
And
gonna
believe it
talk
or
football.
not, the nigga is kneeling right now.
Kneeling right now in the opening.
All right.
Boy
look,
Cap.
We not gonna get political. We not gonna get political here. We gonna keep it fantasy. Man, so let's talk
Neil
about it.
Strong.
Let's talk about it. What happened? What's going on with everybody's fantasy teams this week? You want to start, Tony? No. Go ahead, Lasell. What you got? Whoa, hold on. That's not an undefeated side you just gave.
Nah, because he was laughing last week.
It was.
He was ready.
He
last
rolled
week.
into it a little more what's happening, bruh?
All right, so it's really, okay. The sides for a couple of reasons. One, I'm wondering if Lou is going to do this whole podcast. I don't feel comfortable, and I lost. I lost this week, man. I took an L this week.
God damn.
I mean, it happens. Listen, it happens to the best. Clearly, because I'm still number one in my league.
Mm-hmm.
But I did. I lost.
I'm happy to hear that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm happy to hear that.
Misery, love company.
You know, but loss gives you a sense of character and some carefulness moving forward that you probably wasn't using. It'll make you sharper, I think.
Man, see that shit losers say.
It is.
Yo, nah, for real, man. Hey.
Nah, it's 100%. That is some minor league coach type shit. You just tried to play this man.
No, fuck all that, man. I'm coming back next week with the dub.
You should.
Whatever he's going through in New York. You know he's all up.
Nigga, that's the same reason why you're going to lose next week, too.
Exactly.
Nah. See, and that's why we gonna touch on that.
Yeah.
That's why we gonna touch on that. T Money, aka 1 in 5.
Hey.
Yeah. Tell them how the losers do it, Tony. What's going on?
I'm used to it by now, man. But that's only in fantasy. In real life, trust me, no losses taken.
You don't play football though. What you talking?
He means the other football.
No losses taken.
Tied with himself.
Bro, all right. Lou, you don't play too much fantasy, huh?
No, I don't play too much.
You
fantasy.
here for the exposure to get some experience in this thing, all right?
Well, I've been listening to this wonderful podcast called Fantasy Outsiders. They give me a few tips, make me want to actually join next year instead of sitting on the bench.
All right. Do your research. We're gonna help you do your research, get you some info. For me,
But you know what though? See, the thing about Riker is that he's a guy that knows his numbers. So he's good on statistics and his research, and that's pretty much all fantasy is, man. And then he played with us, so he's not a rookie to the league because he was in our league a couple years ago.
true. We'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we could entice you back on this side of the dark side, man, because fantasy is a dark place. Especially for me, I lost this week.
Oh, we know you lost. Like that was coming up regardless.
I was on the 3-game winning streak doing my thing, and
But you started out with 2 W's. I mean, 2 L's.
That's because I auto-drafted and had my team. Then I put my team together, got my 3 wins, and it's the first time my actual team let me down. But it's all good. I only lost by 12. It should have been more, but Jared Cook. That's Jared Cook, man. Jared Cook, Oakland Raiders. That's who did it to me this week. It's all good. We'll get past all that. You know, we'll correct some things. But it's a whole lot of stuff going on in football and NFL right now, especially with fantasy football. And we're going to touch on all of it in a very special episode that we're doing. But first, before we get into that, got a couple announcements. Number one announcement, our podcast is moving. Yes, sir. We are moving to ABC. No, we moving to Tuesdays. Okay. We will be dropping. Fantasy outside. We moving, y'all. We moving to Tuesdays. It's just a better time. We got some feedback where we will be able to give y'all information to make to catch y'all trying to get these things on your waiver wire. So look for us on Tuesdays starting next week. This will be the last podcast dropping on a Thursday. Next week, we will be there bright and early on Tuesday. So you can put your waivers in based off of some of the information and tips that we may give you that you think is good. All right, so that's that. And number 2, got a couple of shout outs, man. We got our listeners coming through. My boy Bird out in Texas. Appreciate you listening. Keep it up, and maybe you'll join fantasy as well. This guy hitting me up. He don't even play. But he like, oh, you know, y'all gave me some good information. But you don't have a team. What are you talking about?
It's kind of weird.
it's you know,
It doesn't make sense.
it's all good. It's all good. I'm glad you're listening. He might be, you know, amping up for next year. I don't know.
Hey, keep listening, Bird. We appreciate it, man. Whatever floats your boat while you listen to us.
Right. He gave me some good feedback. I appreciate it. What about you, Tony? You got somebody to shout out?
Yeah. I got my homeboy Duke from Candler Road in Atlanta. He took my advice by taking Martavius Bryant, and it was wrong. I was wrong.
Oh my God.
He was on like a 4-game losing. He was on a 4-game winning streak, and he took T-Money's advice. He came 1-5.
Damn, bro.
I fucked him up.
He said I fucked him up. Damn, bro.
All the way up.
So he didn't listen to the whole podcast. He didn't hear the part about you losing and all that stuff. He just went straight to the end. Heard the Martavius Bryant and went with that. You got to listen to the podcast from beginning to end, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get the whole story.
The only way.
Okay, because you should not have went with Tony's stuff. But with that said, we talking about what happened last week. I guess we can eat our words at this point. We had a lot of big contentious things talked about last week. Smallwood, Clement.
Clement was the right choice, my friend.
Everybody looking at me for what y'all looking at me for?
You picked Smallwood.
What y'all looking at me for? I'm gonna say this. Lasell, I'm gonna eat my words, but only because Smallwood let me down, not because he wasn't in position to do exactly what I thought he would do. He was put in position to do right and just couldn't perform.
Why you always got an excuse every time?
It's a philosophy besides everything. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying?
Son, like you said, because when you say he was in position to prove you right, yeah, nigga, he was in the game. He was totally right. He was in the game. He got in the game.
He started.
He didn't perform.
He started. He was a starter. He got like 6 carries before Clement even came in.
That he was gonna get the start.
You said that?
Because he's coming back off a bicep injury. Clemens, he's coming back off an injury. I didn't think he was gonna get the start right away.
Okay.
Because that was Jay Ajayi's team backfield.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
But I said that Clemens would outperform Smallwood, and he did. And you said no, he wouldn't. You need to start Smallwood over Clemens. Nigga, you gotta eat your words.
You know what? You right. I'm gonna eat my words. I just want y'all to know y'all was gonna eat y'all words for the first quarter. Second quarter is when it started going downhill for my prediction.
Like 4 quarters.
I'm just saying. First quarter was looking good. I'm like, boy, I'm watching the game like these guys just don't know what they talking about. And they just not getting no play, no burn, no yards. I'm like, come on, bro.
So you were watching 1/4 of the game and thought you were going to win based on that.
When I was watching that 1/4, I was feeling pretty good about my prediction.
You realize there's 3 more quarters, right?
I know. That's what he said.
You realize they have red zone named after that because of the last 2 minutes.
Right.
See, there he goes, man.
You gotta look at the whole game. That's why they play whole game.
You know, he's taking all the credit. Like, I didn't call that out first. And then he rolled off me.
Ooh. We got owls out here.
Goddamn right we got out here. I'm trying to understand. Wait, me?
Yeah, you.
Nah. Look, yeah, you did, and then you said great minds think alike, and then I corrected you because the records don't show that both our minds agree. So, no, but you were right. We both agreed on that. So, no, I'm not trying to take all the credit. We did both agree on that. Corey Clemens would outperform Smallwood.
All right. Let's get into some real football. Pass is the pass. If you lost, it's in the books. What are you gonna do this week? It's a lot of stuff to consider out there, man. I got a couple things I want to bring up. First and foremost, man, I got some players that's kind of disappointing me. Not me in general. It's just I don't understand what's going on with them. So people should be well aware of. Like it's some quarterbacks that I think is there's a concern out for. Have been since the beginning of the year. Nothing has changed. Nobody's turning around. Number one, Marcus Mariota. What do y'all think about this guy? His fantasy value. He's a bum.
Yeah.
He's a fantasy bum. Like he does enough to win Tennessee games,
But their record ain't even that good.
Fantasy shit. So
Yeah, their record is not even that good, but he's supposed to be the guy who can do it with his legs. I feel like he run more than he pass. I don't even know.
But he's not even really doing that too much.
Or, exactly. And Corey Davis is supposed to be he had, like 1 or 2 games, maybe?
One
game.
That's when he had 30. He probably had one more game where he had like 14.
Yeah, but he's messing up Corey Davis is a good wide receiver. He's messing up Davis's value.
Shit, both running backs are doing terrible too. The whole team is just doing bad.
Man, I don't even want to talk about your running back.
they got a winning record though, and I guess that's the head scratcher, man.
Yeah.
So they're not putting up big fantasy points.
Not at all. So you're looking at this team, you're like, okay, Tennessee is picking up dubs. Should I start their quarter? No, leave him alone. I don't think nothing is going to change. I don't think he's ever going to have a breakout, 40-point, 50-point quarter game from Mariota unless he runs in 2 touchdowns, maybe.
Yeah, he's definitely not throwing for no 350.
No, he's not throwing. Has he thrown over 300 yards this year?
Yes, once with the Eagles on the 30th of September.
One freaking time. Like, dude, I don't know, man. He's disappointing to me because I actually thought he's one of those people that something happened to him. They started out pretty decent. You thought something good was going to come from them, got injured, came back, and I'm kind of rooting for him because I liked him for some reason, thought he would become something and turn Tennessee into something we haven't seen before, especially when he had Murray and Derrick Henry back there. And I was waiting for something to happen, and nothing ever happened. And now it feel like it's still going downhill. Fantasy-wise, football, they're still winning, but who really think they're going to go somewhere?
I don't even know how.
Me neither.
Yeah, because he's not doing it.
I don't even know how they're still winning. I mean, because, even from a football perspective, he got sacked 11 times Sunday.
Yeah.
Shit, he only threw 10 times.
Right.
What?
10
Attempts?
times.
Only for 117 yards,
He threw
too. So
10
he's trash all around.
They won this game?
No, they got beat down.
Okay, yeah, they got the ass whooped. All right, cool. Because
Baltimore beat the shit out. Baltimore beat the shit out of him.
yeah, I think I was playing somebody with
Gave
Baltimore
him that
defense.
dad ass whooping.
Damn, that's terrible. But yeah, people like that, look out for. I hope he ain't on nobody's radar because this is the bye week. A lot of bye weeks is coming around. We got Green Bay,
Pittsburgh,
and the Raiders on bye.
Oakland Raiders.
So you're looking for a bye quarterback, somebody to get you through the week. It ain't Mariota. It's not Mariota. Stay away from him.
Nah. I will say this though, depending on what that waiver wire looking like, if you got Aaron Rodgers and he on bye and you're not you don't have another quarterback or looking for a replacement, I would look at Mr. Trubisky. He playing New England
Yeah.
at home. I mean, he did. He put up some numbers last week against Miami, who has a way